This one came in from Elizabeth, a friend from Portugal, and has been tuned in, hanging out with the writings, and understands who she is. And here it is in a nutshell. She put a post out this was an email she sent me. Norway, Germany, Portugal. After printing out the flight ticket at Sola Airport, the screen told me to go to the counter with the luggage. Let the fun begin, I thought. As expected, the lady asked if I have a passport or ID. I said no, I have this. And I gave her a self-made laminated card with this text. I, who shall not be with legal name. The identification you request identifies a legal person. The legal name fraud by converting living souls to legal persons through birth certificates is revealed. As known, all contracts based on fraud is null and void when the fraud is revealed. There's the magic key right there. I'm not a crook and therefore without ID. All names can be presumed to be legal name, which actually puts you in a position of aiding and abetting fraud, which is a felony of which you are completely liable for in your private capacity. What you decide to do from here is entirely up to you. Definition: legal person. An entity such as a corporation created by law and given certain legal rights and duties of a human being, a being real or imaginary who, for the purpose of legal reasoning, is treated more or less as a human being. Mostly less, actually, but that's okay. She reads, looks at me and says, I've never seen this before. What is it? No, I guess you haven't, I reply. But it won't be the last time, so I suggest you find out about the legal person and that any requested ID is not identifying a human being. We are quite a few who have figured this out and that do not consider ourselves as legal persons. She asks a colleague to read, who shakes her head. She's not seen anything like it either. Can you tell me why you don't have any ID, she asks. I answer truthfully that all my IDs are handed back to the government and that neither the population register, police, courthouse, or county governor seems interested to clean up this misunderstanding. Okay, then, I hope you'll be fine, she says, and hands me back the ticket. I certainly will. That's a luggage check, by the way, okay? So luggage is checked now. And that's where you give your passport for the first time. Isn't that interesting? I smiled, thinking it was kind of strange she didn't take any notice of the name on the ticket, as it had its own little illegal twist for the occasion. She's a gamer. That's why I love her. I love anyone that's a gamer. When boarding, everybody shows the boarding card and passport. I do like nothing and only show the boarding card and get no reaction. Had a great conversation with a German woman at Frankfurt who, of course, got the name game info and wrote down keywords and web addresses I mentioned with great interest. In between, she shook her head and came with some left-brain questions I didn't answer. All she got from me was a smile. On my way to the gate, I must admit I saw myself in a Nazi talk before I would be allowed to board the flight to Lisbon. Even though I'm no longer a good listener anymore, the brain has a tendency to think of everything. Oh, yes, it does. Imaginary molehills into real mountains, even. I just stayed focused, knowing I was doing the right thing. Just before I get to my gate, A28, what are the odds? Pretty good, I think. There was a kiosk called Relay. I had an inner laugh and went in, got something to drink, and had another inner laugh looking at the receipt. It said Hub Convenience. Of all things, there are now put up scanning machines of the flight ticket when boarding. No more personnel that will check your ticket and ID. So yes, relay on life and convenient indeed. Kind of a shame I didn't get the opportunity to inform a few more in the airline industry, but I guess I have started a discussion in an insurance company in Germany, though, through the name game, info given to the man next to me on the plane. He was one of 65 employees. There's that 65 again, 11, right? Who went on a team building to Lisbon, and who definitely got something to think about. So much magic happening. Babylon is fallen for sure. We are a bunch of people sending emails to journalists these days, informing about the emails. We sent 4,000 bank employees last week. Today I ended up in a dialogue with a man working for a local newspaper who happens to write about a huge disagreement about the very building all Norwegian corporations are registered. What are the odds? Love your life. Kiss and a smile. An email from Elizabeth, traveling. So there you go.